Hello everybody, my name is Maple Pine and welcome to the ninth episode of my Minecraft Let's Play series. I started out this episode with a little time lapse of me slowly whittling down at my ocean monument, but that's not the main focus of today's episode. Today, we're going to start off at the backside of my factory, which I haven't shown too much. But yeah, there's a bit of a truck, garage door, and a parking lot here. And I'm going to do a bit of a building project as I've kind of set up my little setup here. A few materials. Been looking around, trying to build more of a story, right? I've been kind of just building whatever I wanted, but I feel like I should try to put together this part and this massive, giant store system floating above. And I'm thinking, with all the builds, maybe something in the 19th century, mid 19th century might work. And, there are cars in the mid 19th century, but not too many, which actually works out perfectly. So I want to build a few roads that are more around the town, maybe a few kind of big roads jutting in and out, maybe like two or three that goes through the city. That's about it. Most of it's gonna be walkways, right? And the road I wanted to build today was actually a bridge going from this side all the way to this side, because otherwise there's really no way for cars to get into this parking lot. And yeah, I don't have any other space. So that's a solution I've come up with. And yeah, before I get started with today's project, I thought I'd give you guys a small update. Um, we've officially hit 1,000 total views, which is, it's a very small milestone, but it is still a milestone, right? $1,000. If I had $1,000, the thing can do with $1,000 is really a lot, right? And I'm comparing that to 1,000 views. I'm trying to tell you guys that 1,000 is a pretty big number, even though it may seem pretty insignificant to like bigger number like a million, but it is still something, and I'm very happy I reached it. And also, I'm planning on maybe making my episodes on a whole a bit shorter. Gonna try aiming for 10 to 15 minutes so I can just do smaller projects here and there. And that way I can also get out more videos more often. Right, so I'm gonna start off by kind of breaking down this parking lot, which is kind of sad because I did put a bit of thought into making this. Um, And here it's a little trick, if you guys were wondering. It's carpet on top of just signs. Kind of gives like a parking lot kind of feel. Okay, fill this up, and I think I'm gonna keep this build a bit simple. This bridge pretty simple, and I'm gonna go off of design again that I found online. Not a build, but just based off of a real historical building. The build I'm gonna go off of today is actually a bridge in London, or from London, I'd say. I don't know what it's called, but it's an older bridge from the 19th century, and I thought it'd be pretty simple to build. I only need stone bricks and maybe a few tough bricks, just to add a bit of variety. All right, so the main design feature for this bridge is going to be just very simple arches. So, I'm kind of going off of nothing at the moment. Kind of hoping that it goes pretty well without having to do any prior planning. But yeah, I'm hoping to make arches here. Go for a very, very classical design. So I'm gonna do a very, very simple design. I think I'm just gonna have most of this made of stone brick, but then have the outline be made of tough bricks. I don't think that's half bad, but I kind of want to make the arch a bit wider, I think. Maybe this might be better, but then it looks kind of too wide, right? Maybe I have this just go all the way up. Maybe give it one more height. That might make it look a bit better. So I've worked on this for a bit, and I think I've come up with a design I'm kind of happy with. So yeah, I'm outlining like the edges with tough blocks, and I'm using these chiseled stone bricks because I feel like they kind of break it apart without it being too jarring. They kind of blend in the stone bricks and the tough bricks together, I think, and these pillars kind of add a bit of texture without anything being too complicated because I'm not trying to make this the most beautiful bridge anyone's ever seen. Yeah, so to some of you, this may seem very bland, and there are many YouTubers online that use uh, a variety of blocks um, to kind of convey that there is variation, right, and stuff. But I honestly don't think I really don't like that way of building. Because if you really think about it, right? Think about all the buildings that are around you. Think about the house you live in. Think about all the apartment buildings that you see. They're only made up of a few of the same materials, right? Whether that be stone, bricks, wood, right? And you don't really see as much variation like something like this, right? Unless they're old buildings and they're weathering away, right? You won't see stuff like this, right? Where it's multiple blocks put together. I think using gradients like this is useful when you're trying to convey that a building is old, like it did with the iron mill last episode. But yeah, using color palettes like this, where you have too many blocks, honestly, trying to collide together, I don't think that's the way to build. I think the way to build is that, you know, use very simple blocks, and if you want to show some aging, you can do that by doing something like this. I actually kind of forgot to do this, but yeah, there are ways to show aging without using advanced color palettes. For example, here I'm going to use a few mossy bricks to show that, this has been underwater, and I'm going to do that by kind of having the mossy blocks more at the bottom. Something like this, just to add a very little detail. With that said, oh crap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump into a little time lapse. Get this bridge done. It shouldn't take me too long. Okay, so luckily I was able to finish building this at nighttime, which gives it a bit of a better atmosphere, I think, with the lanterns and all of the lighting. And yeah, I think it came out pretty well, finished in the record time. And as I said earlier, it's a very simple bridge. It's not supposed to be anything too elaborate. And I think I really do, I really do like it. It's very simple. Maybe I might add a few details on top of here, but this is supposed to be a road that is big enough for cars, but also is supposed to be used by pedestrians as well. So I might add a few cars here, maybe a few horses with wagons in the future. But for now, this is here, and I'm very happy with the progress I've made. I might as well tell you guys why I made this bridge. That's because I kind of want to start expanding onto this part. I want to extend this road out, maybe as far as I can, and also maybe create an intersection around here, have it go loop back to the back, because I'm gonna plan on building apartment buildings, uh, bigger, actual multiple story buildings over there. So I'm gonna have a road going over there, as well as another bridge. But yeah, here I want to build farmlands. And that's only because I want to have a source of wheat, so I can make uh, packed mud, which, needs one piece of wheat for each. And really, there aren't any automatic farms that are as efficient as it would be to just grab a Fortune 3 hoe and do it that way. So yeah, that's really it's really the plan for the future. Okay, there's a zombie here, which means I didn't light something properly. This is a problem for future me, but yeah. I think that's it for today's episode. Very short, but we did make pretty decent amount of progress. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Hope I see you guys for the next episode. Have a good day. Bye bye.